So, be welcome to our Portuguese live class here on our channel. Today I will teach you 10 uses of the verb passar in português. Seja bem-vindo na aula ao vivo. Ok, it's working. Seja bem-vindo. Hoje eu vou ensinar 10 maneiras que nós brasileiros usamos este verbo passar. I will teach you 10 ways like how we Brazilians use this verb passar. When you translate into English, it means to pass, but there are many more different contexts, different ideas that we Brazilians use with this verb. So stay tuned on this class. Talking about this verb, it's very common. We use it every day in a different situations. Starting, the first one that we use a lot means repeat after me. Passar tempo means to spend time just doing nothing, okay? Just to entertain yourself, doing nothing. For example, minha irmã gosta de passar tempo com sua família. She likes to spend time with her family. Means to spend time doing what? You don't need to say playing games, reading, or for example, it's very common for us Brazilians say eu vou passar tempo no shopping hoje. I will spend time on the mall. You can, this sentence the person can buy some things, can go to the cinema, but the idea is like, he has some free time and he goes there just to spend this time. It's very common for us to use it. Vou passar tempo no parque. I will spend some time at the park. Means doing nothing or doing something like without any pressure, I would say. Another example here on the material that I have prepared for you, guys. Aos fins de semana, eu gosto de passar tempo na praia. On weekends, I like to spend time at the beach. Doing nothing, okay? Just spend time there without any worries, okay? This is the idea of passar tempo. Also, we use the verb passar em frente a lugar, means to pass in front of a place. This is very common, for example, when I talk to my mom, for example, she says, eu vou passar no mercado. I will pass in the supermarket, but means, I will pass in front of the supermarket. If you want something, I can enter there. But besides but we Brazilian, we don't say eu vou passar no mercado e vou entrar se você quiser algo. We just say, eu vou passar no mercado. Do you want something? Você quer algo? This is very common. Pay attention on the examples here that we have prepared for you. Maria passa em frente ao posto de gasolina quando vai para o trabalho. Maria passes in front of the gas station when she goes to work. On this idea that it is just on her way. It's on her way. But also we can use it to tell for people, I will pass there. If you want, I can take something from there to you. This is the idea. Also, the second example here. João passa em frente da minha casa quando volta do trabalho. John passes in front of my house when he returns from work. He just passes in front of my house. This is the idea. I think this is the easiest way to understand the verb passar. Other example, let me change the slide here. We Brazilians also we use this verb to go or to stop by somewhere quickly to do something. This is the idea that I was talking about my mom. For example, she always texts me, eu vou passar no mercado, quer algo? I will pass in the supermarket, but means I will go and stop quickly to the supermarket. Do you want something? Or, for example, imagine you are traveling to Europe and you will pass and you will go to Portugal quickly, like one day, and you could say, hey, eu vou passar por Portugal, I will pass for Portugal. Do you want something like a food, some souvenirs? This is the idea. When you or someone is passing or stopping very quickly to a place, and we use this idea. Pay attention on the examples here. Ana passou pela feira para comprar verduras. Ana stopped by the street fair to buy vegetables, okay? Here the sentence in Portuguese means she was walking there and she saw the street fair and bought some vegetables. This is the idea that we want to say in Portuguese. The second example here. Maria passou pela casa do João para buscar o filho. Maria stopped by João's house to get her son. But the idea is that Maria was driving close to João's house and stopped by there to get her son. This is the idea when we want to say passar. Number 4, pass. We use the verb passar on the idea of pass, hand over something to do someone. For example, this is my glass. I could say, eu vou passar o copo para você. I will hand it over for you. We also use just the verb passar. João passou o copo de água a Maria. We could use in English, João passed the glass of water to Maria, but João handed over the glass of water to Maria. This action, to hand over something, in Portuguese we use the verb passar. Hey, me passa seu telefone. Hey, hand over your cell phone. This is the idea. Another one here. Você pode me passar o açúcar, por favor? Can you hand over me the sugar, please? This is other example. Number 5. This is very hard for English speakers. Why? Because we use the verb passar with the noun roupas, that means clothes. For example, after I wash my clothes, I iron it. To iron clothes in Portuguese, passar. Yes, how often do you passa roupa? Generally, eu passo roupa uma vez por semana. So, Maria passou seu vestido para ir a uma festa. Maria ironed her dress to go to a party. This is the idea. To iron clothes, passar roupa. Eu não gosto de passar roupa. I don't like to iron clothes. And você gosta? Do you like to iron clothes? Você gosta de passar roupas? Also, we can using the verb passar. Como você está passando, for example, to ask or to tell how someone is doing. Yes. For example, imagine you have a friend that has moved to other city, and you can say, how it's been living in this new city. In Portuguese you could say, como está a viver nessa nova cidade? Or you could say, como está passando lá? Yes, we can also use, but this is like less common, I would say. But it's good for because when you heard it, you know, means like how someone is doing, okay? You don't have to use it, you just have to know when and understand when person says that. Como você tem passado? And passado here is the participle of the sentence. Como você tem passado recentemente? How have you been lately? How have you been lately? This is not so common, but you can listen a lot Brazilians using it. Other one. Maria não tem passado muito bem depois da doença. Maria hasn't been doing very well since she got ill. But here I could use the verb estar. For example, Maria não está muito bem. não está, or como você está recentemente. Instead of say como você tem passado, I could say como você está recentemente. Remember, you don't have to use it. Tem passado, but it's important you know when you listen to a person using it or read it. Ah, it's a star here, okay? Other idea. When we use also the verb passar, when we moving from one subject to another. For example, eu vou passar de assunto now. I will move the subject now. This is the idea. When you move from one subject to another, in Portuguese we just use the verb. Yes, we can also use the verb mudar, that means to move. Yes, for example, let me read the example here for you. Guys, o professor de português passou a outro assunto. The Portuguese teacher moved on to another subject. Here, we Brazilians, we could say the verb passou. O professor passou a, or also mudou o outro assunto. But here I need to change the preposition. Would be, o professor de português mudou o assunto. Would be, or trocou o assunto. So, we also use the verb passar on this idea to move subject instead of the place of mudar or trocar. Let's see the other example. Agora vamos passar ao próximo exemplo. Now let's move on to the next example. So, here also I could use the verb mudar or trocar. Agora vamos mudar para o próximo exemplo. But here I just need to change the preposition, okay? Agora vamos trocar ao próximo exemplo. All ideas have the same meaning, but remember, you don't have to use the exactly idea here, passar, but it's important you understanding this, okay? Also, next one, coffee making process. This is very common. For example, in Brazil, we don't say, eu vou preparar um café. I will prepare a coffee. Eu vou passar um café. Talking about the coffee making process, in Brazil, we brew some coffee. The idea, we have, I don't know how to say it in English, but we have like a kettle, and there is a recipient that we put the pounder and we pour the hot water on it, and this is the idea, passar café. This is how we make it. Not everybody, but this is the most common way in Brazil, okay? With this process we say passar café. We don't say preparar café. You can listen to some people saying it, but the most common ways always is passar um café. Or also you can listen to Brazilians saying fazer um café, to make a coffee. Let's see the examples here. Os brasileiros passam um café todas as manhãs. Here I could use the verb fazer. Os brasileiros fazem café todas as manhãs. Brazilians brew some coffee every morning. And this is true. We drink a lot of coffee every day and all the day. Adoro o cheiro do café passado. Here I'm using the participle, so I need to use the participle of the verb fazer, feito. I could say adoro o cheiro do café passado or do café feito. I love the smell of freshly brewed coffee. Okay, remember, it's more common on this case. We Brazilians use the verb passar, like vou passar um café, vou fazer um café. I will make a coffee. So when you are talking about with a Brazilian about it, use the verb passar because we use it a lot. Another idea is to pass a test or an exam. This is very similar to English. Maria passou no exame de direção. Maria passed her driving test. This is very easy because it's very similar to English. Meus alunos passaram nos testes de português. My students passed the Portuguese tests. It's very easy because it's very similar, the idea that we use in English also. And the last option that we can use the verb passar that we have prepared for you guys today is having a bad time or having a good time. Here we in Portuguese also you could use the verb estar, but let's see. João bebeu demais e está passando mal. Instead of say passando mal, I could just say João bebeu demais e está mal. João drank too much alcohol, of course, and is feeling sick. I could use without passando, I could, but it's more common for us to use passando here. João bebeu demais e está mal, or João bebeu demais e está passando mal. And generally here, we Brazilians, we put some emphasis here. Passando mal, that means, hey, he drank too much, really. Another one. Maria comeu demais e não está passando muito bem. Also, you can not use passando here. Maria comeu demais e não está muito bem. But if you use passando here, it is kind of an emphasis. Maria ate too much and it's not doing very well, feeling very well. This is the idea. You can use or not the passando here, but when you want to make some emphasis, like the first example, João drank too much. In Portuguese we put this passando because it makes emphasis. João bebeu demais e está passando mal. Do you understand the idea? Is it easy or difficult, the verb passar? Let me know if you like it and if today class is helpful for you, okay? Talking about our live class, every week we have classes here on our channel. If you like today class, give a like on the video and I will know, hey, it was a good work. And also subscribe on our channel because every week we have more videos. So for you don't miss any video, subscribe on our channel. And also we have a page on Instagram. Every day we post content, videos talking about grammar, memes, Brazilian food. We talk about Portuguese, about Brazil, Brazilian life, Brazilians. So you are my guest to follow it. And also we give to our let me drink some water. I am with a strong cold today, this week actually. Actually, come back. We also offer to our students a free trial class for you guys see how our classes are. We have online classes. We work from Monday to Saturday. We have private online classes, group online classes, and for you see how our classes are, it's free. The link of our website is here on the description. Just click there and we can schedule this free class today if you are available, of course. And I will finish it saying in Portuguese, okay? Obrigado, that means thank you. Muito obrigado and I hope see you again soon. Espero ver você logo, ok? See you soon e até mais. Tchau, tchau, amigo or amiga.